Hi everybody, this is Kate M, and I'm just doing a BPAL review, or BPAL, or also known as Black Phoenix Alchemy Lab, and their sister company, Black Phoenix Trading Post. Basically, I'll give you a little gist of what Black Phoenix is. Black Phoenix and its sister company are both these perfume companies. They encapsulate all these different types of influences and use them to create these really different types of perfumes. Unlike normal perfumes, they don't use a fixative base that's got alcohol in it. They use essential fragrance and perfume oils strictly, and they tend to be cruelty-free. They do, other than honey base notes, they tend to use resins from plants and don't use musks that are real or ambergrisses. They just use plant-based for the majority. And animal testing is not done other than on the people who make the perfumes themselves. But they tend to have different ranges of subject matter that encapsulates a bit of legend, folklore, poetry, pretty much the stuff of dreams and nightmares. But yeah, campy, tongue-in-cheek at times, but in the end their main goal is to create an emotional response for the person and to create a bit of an atmospheric vibe as well. So you'll see things and smell things and you'll think, oh, so this is what Morocco smells like. Or, oh, I never expected this, but oh, this is what I would imagine the character would be like. So they just do it in their way as an art form for themselves and for the people who buy them. And I'm going to go over their limited edition seasonal blends that I bought this year and into the following year. I'm going to first go over their Yules, which is basically short for their Yuletide, their Christmas, their Hanukkah, their Dia de los Reyes, all their winter solstice blends. I've only got about 10% of what they had available for the time. Now I guess they're out of stock with those, but you can get them at trades or forums or on different sites altogether. And there's other reviews out there if you're looking. Ouch110 has some. There's I believe Black Rose 84, and there's It's Black Friday. You can all look them up and see other different types of BPALs. But I will go over the Yules then that I have tested and ordered myself. They should be right over here. Let me turn you around. And here we go. Zoom in a little. Basically, I'm going to start off with Chocolate Stout Cupcake. This is a fruity and a gourmand blend. It's basically bittersweet chocolate cupcakes whisked with stout and topped with an inky dark chocolate frosting. In most cases, I can't wear foodie scents. I have to wear them usually in a scent locket because foodie disappear on my skin really fast. It's an interesting thing about skin chemistry. All scents change on people. So foodie tend to not last long on me, but because it's so thick and it's a dark chocolate, it actually lasts much longer than most. And when I put it in the locket, it even lasts longer. And to be honest, some things smell fake when you do them, but foodie scents when it comes to BPAL are amazing. They do almost always smell like the food that you're thinking of or the food they describe. This to me smells like a really dark chocolate cupcake with just a hint of that kind of boozy note that comes out in the stout beer. But it's lovely. It's very thick. I swear to God, if you wore this, it would smell like you're right next to a cake or a cupcake as you speak. And then the next one I have is Krampus. This one tends to border a little bit towards masculine. Krampus being the anti-Santa, basically the little horned Christmas devil that steals away children that are naughty and takes them in his sack and either eats them or drowns them depending on the folklore. But his notes are sinister red musk, black rust brown leathers, dusty rags, and wooden switches. Basically encapsulates all of those notes. There's a hint of wood in there, but for the most part, you're going to get a good amount of red musk, which is very smooth, but there's also like a juiciness to it, almost like a berry, but it's its own creature in itself. But also there's the dark black leather in there. I swear, it smells like a really aged black leather duster that you're wearing, and mixed with that red musk. So it smells very earthy, but at the same time, it's very smooth because of the red musk. It's almost a very cold blend, too. It's normally red musk warms up a note, but because of the black leather, it kind of smooths and glosses it over a bit. So it smells very cold, but very smooth, and I guess that creates that sinister red musk note. But yeah, normally it's a bit more masculine, but I can pull off masculine and I tend to like them. So in itself, I really like it. I think the red musk also does add a bit of the feminine because red musk is a very unisex note. It can be worn by men and it can be worn by women, albeit sometimes it's not for the faint of heart because it is a very strong note. The next one is Marilude. Marilude is quite the opposite of Krampus. It's noted as Welsh cakes and ale with a smattering of dried lavender. It's basically, the Marilude is an echo to the rites of Rhiannon, the great queen and mother of horses. It's a midwinter tradition in Wales. And basically, carolers will go around with a beribboned grey mare door to door and sing different types of carols and ridiculous songs. And if they're invited in, they partake of cakes and ale. So basically, this is a very calming but also slightly foodie scent as well. It smells like candied lavender, like you have a pound cake and there's bits of lavender petal in it. It's very calming, but at the same time very sweet and endearing. It's got a medium throw. It's very nice. It's not overpowering at all, and it's just kind of a calming scent. I like to wear scents like this in the evening just to kind of calm down and de-stress. This one right here is the last one, and this is a Trading Post one. This is a Black Phoenix Trading Post blend. It's called Yule Buddies, and I love the labeling. There's little Krampus here, and there's Kris Kringle right here. But basically, it is frosted gingerbread, lavender, pipe tobacco, and fruitcake crumbs for notes. Right when I smell this, it smells like gingerbread man wearing a leather jacket. It's mainly leather and frosted gingerbread, and it seems like two very odd notes, but they mingle very well together. It's not just the leather pipe tobacco on me, but it's very much a collided bit of both gingerbread, fruitcake, and leather all together. It starts off kind of fighting each other, so it will be a little bit of the leather, and then it will be a little bit of the fruitcake, and then it's going to go back into the ginger. But eventually, after like an hour, it blends all together for me, and it smells amazing. It just smells like you came in after riding a motorcycle in your leather jacket and just partake of some Christmas cookies and fruitcake. And not the bad kind of fruitcake, the very, very juicy kind of fruitcake. And yeah, it has a lighter throw to it because, again, it's a foodie scent. But it's very fun, it's festive, it does really make you think of the Yuletide and Christmas time. It's quite lovely, and I don't think it goes too overboard with the leather. Sometimes that becomes too masculine, but because it's got the foodie blend, it stays very unisex. So basically that concludes the Yules that I've tried. I gave some to my sister, those are her personal reviews, but these are the ones that I have tried, and if you're interested, take a look at the forums. They have some up there for trade. They have more details and other personal reviews. And I think the next time for part 2, I will talk about the Lupercalia, which are basically their Valentine scents. But for now, these are the Yuletides.